One of the challenges you are facing when you teach multiplication is that teaching them multiplication fact. Because if they don't know, if they don't memorize the fact, it takes a lot of time to practice, and sometimes they're kind of delayed and a little behind of solving the problem. So knowing a multiplication fact is very important. It takes time and practice. So we want to practice that, but in a like more engaging way and a fun way. You don't want to tell them like you need to memorize this, right? That's what we don't want to do it. We want to have some kind of activity or games so we can encourage kids to memorize multiplication fact for efficient computation, right? That's so I'm going to introduce two activity you can easily do in your classroom to help them to memorize multiplication fact. So as you can see here, one of them is a bingo. So probably most of you are very familiar with the bingo, right? So what is a bingo? We do bingo game a lot. And so we're gonna borrow the bingo game concept to teach multiplication fact here. So what is a bingo game? We fill out the all numbers in here, and then when do we say bingo? So do not suppose that everybody should know bingo game, because depending on the culture, they may not have experienced bingo game, or the rule, especially rule of the bingo game may be different. So it's always important for teachers to review, go over the rule of the game you are trying to teach, so everybody understand what's the rule of this game, and then you can start the lesson to include everybody in your classroom. That's important. And some of them give them free space in the middle, but unfortunately, I'm not going to give you a free space in the middle. But this is what we are going to use. So when do we say bingo? So we say bingo when you fill out all the numbers across from left to right, or from top to bottom. Is the only way we can say bingo? No, we can say also bingo when you have a diagonal here, right? So we can say have filled out the card diagonally. Also we can say bingo. So sometimes some people say blackout or whiteout, something like that, but we are not going to use blackout or whiteout. We are going to play traditional way. This one or that one or this is going to be only you can say bingo. So the purpose of this bingo game is that help them to practice memorization of a bingo, the multiplication fact. So they need to fill out the cards in here. So you said the number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So under 4, you do not include this number here. Under 4, you have to fill out the multiples of 4. From 1 times 4 to 9 times 4. So what are the multiples of 4? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. You can pick any 5 of multiples of 4 and place in here. Same thing for 5. Any multiples of 5, you can choose 5 of them of 9, 4 times 1 times 5, 2 times 5, 3 times 5, and 9 times 5. You can choose any number you want to use it. Same thing for under 6, 7, and 8. So again, everything we do in the classroom, you can find a template from Canvas. So I really wanted to practice this one to kind of having fun. So you can you can gather your family, your friends, your roommate, and let's play bingo together. Because you never know what number I can call out, right? So one time they can practice while filling out the chart. Okay, so stop the video, then filling out the chart. Remember, only you can do is 4 times 1 through 4 times 9. And then here is 8 times 1 through 8 times 9. You can fill out here. Okay? And then maybe you have a question. Okay, can I use the same number? Why not? If they know the commutative property, they can use double dip to make, I don't know, be more efficient. Okay? So suppose that I fill out. So you have to stop if you want to fill out your card. And then you can do it. And if kids still need to practice, maybe you want to place this multiplication chart in the under dark camera, so kids can at least see what are the multiples of 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. So they can kind of see that, okay, they are the multiples of 4. So it's all practice time. So you can have them fill out the chart first. Okay. So suppose that you fill out the chart. So they practice one time while filling out the chart. So now it's your turn, teacher's turn, to call out the numbers. But remember, the purpose of doing this game is that help them to practice multiple of the numbers. So I'm not going to say 8, 5, 12. No, I'm going to say 2 times 8, 2 times 4, 2 times 8. So kids can hear it. What is 2 times 4? Oh, it's 8. So I have 8. Oh, what is 8 times 6? Oh, it's 48. So do I have a 48, something like that? So they can keep practicing. One time filling out the chart, second time hearing me saying the fact. Does it make sense to you? That's what we're gonna play in here. So the time-wise, we are not going to finish it, but you can always, practice with your friends too. So my first number, so teachers can use this chart and pick the numbers in here. So I'm gonna do 6 times 6 because I love doubles. Do you see 36 here? No. So I'm gonna use another one. What is 7 times 2? 7 times 2 is 14. Do I have a 14 here? Yes, I have a 14. So you can practice together. This is 14. So I'm going to have here. Okay. Okay, what about 8 times 3? 8 times 3 is what? 24. Oh, if they know the fact already, if they have 6 times 4 is what? 24, same thing. So wow, I have 24, which is 8 times 3. And I have 6 times 4, 24 again here. And I have 4 times 6. I know the commutative properties. I can use both numbers in different place. 6 times 4, 4 times 6 is 24. So I'm going to use this. Okay? So depending on how much they know about the number fact, you can keep going. Let's do one more. 5 times 5. I love doubles. 5 times 5, 25. So kids need to know what is 5 times 5. You can also ask, what's 25 times 5 class? And they can say 25. And can you find out the 5 times 5 from your tables? They can practice like that. What about 7 times 6? 7 is kind of a little bit harder. 7 times 6. What is 7 times 6 class? 42. Do I have 42 here? No. If they know the commutative property, they might have 42 under 6 times 7, but I don't have it here. Do you see how it works? This is something you can try in your classroom with the bingo. Like, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it's a good practice in fun and engaging way to practice multiples. Okay? So this is a bingo. If you want to play in your classroom, you can have in your classroom. You can have downloaded from Canvas. So this is one way to help them to memorize. The other one is, this is a good way to, you don't need anything, you just need the kids in your classroom and they can count. That's all you need to have. This is a good activity you can use in your classroom, especially from when they're coming back from the recess and things like that. So whenever they come back from recess or specials, have them make a big circle around the wall in your classroom. So this is My Children. So I bought this from Amazon. This is World of Children, Children of the World, something like that. And I have sticks and glue here, so you can see that. So have them make a circle around the wall, so you can see. Suppose that I'm gonna have this. So this is My Children. This is you'll see me using this a lot in your classroom. If it is real classroom, I would have given this to you and you can practice together, but unfortunately, I try my best how much I can do with all the manipulatives I can use. Okay? Okay, so I want to know how many do I have here, so you can always count. You want to make sure that if everybody came back from specials. I'm going to start from this guy here. So 1, 2, can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you can, everybody's here. So you can practice counting along the wall. So maybe his name is Jacob, per se. Jacob, can you practice counting by 1 and then we go along to the clockwise? So kids can practice counting together. So he says 1 and she says 2, 3, 4, so they can check how many of them, so like that, right? So now we're going to do the counting by 1 together, but this time I'm going to talk about multiples of 3. So whenever your turn is to say multiple of 3, you don't say a number. You are not allowed to say a number. Instead, you clap your hand. Does it make sense? So they still want to practice counting by 1, but this time they want to practice multiple of 3. So whenever they reach multiple of 3, don't say a number. Instead, you can clap your hand. So what are the multiple of 3? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So if your number is a multiple of 3, don't say a number. If you say a number, you're out. You can set up the rule that way, and then you can continue. Okay? So I'm going to start from Jacob here. So he said 1, 1, 2, and she said 3. No, because her number is multiple of 3. I have to clap. 3, so clap. 4, 5. This one is 6. No, clap. So she has clap and she has a clap. So let's put up here. Clap, clap. And 7, 8, and this one is clap, right? 9 is multiple of 3. 10, 11, clap. 13, 14, clap. What's next? 19, and they can keep going. 20, and clap. Clap. 22, 23, clap. You can practice like that. Do you see how it works? If we are doing in the class, it's really fun. So they can count it. What's the next number? Is multiple of 3, 3, 6, 9. They kind of try to count by themselves to practice, so they don't want to lose a game in here. So you can change the term, you can change the number. So let's change the number. This time I want to practice multiple of 5. And then I'm going to start from Jamie here. Okay? I'm going to go that direction this time, this direction. You can always change to add another layer, but you can do the same thing until they feel comfortable. So what numbers we're trying to practice here? Multiple of 5, right? So I'm going to start from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or clap. Clap. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or clap. Clap. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, no, and this is clap, right? 16, 17, 18, 19, clap, right? 21, 22, 23, 25, 24, and clap. You can keep going until they feel comfortable. And you can always change in the number. Like 7 and 8 are a little challenging, so you can always do that. To make it more competitive, first day, Jacob made mistake, and then you can go tell him step out and go back to your seat, and then number changes. So it brings another dynamic in here. So you can talk about that too until there are a couple survivors, and I don't know, you can give them some treat or something, so kids can kind of focus on multiple some number you want to practice in your classroom. It doesn't take any material. It doesn't take a lot of time. Whenever from the break, from recess, you always need to count how many they are. You can always practice this in your classroom to have them practice multiple of numbers. Okay, good. So this is the 2 ways you can do in your classroom to practice multiple of numbers. Thank you for watching.